Philippines historical sites. You should see. Immerse yourself in the rich historical places dispersed throughout this island by taking a voyage through time. Found in 1521, the Philippines is an archipelago of over 7,000 Southeast Asian islands that rises from the weather-beaten walls of Intramuros. After the Spanish seized it in the 16th century, it was called for King Philip II of Spain. The nation is made up of three groups of islands: Mindanao, Visayas, and Luzon. Mindanao and Luzon are the two largest groupings, accounting for 2/3 of the nation's total geographical area. There are people on only roughly 1/3 of the islands. Every destination reveals a different chapter in the colorful past of the Philippines, from Manila, which rings with the sounds of Spanish colonial power, to the breathtaking Banawe rice terraces, which are a monument to ancient indigenous engineering marvels. Discover the narratives embedded in the topographies of historical landmarks in the Philippines. Discover the cultural origins of the nation and take in its fascinating past. Intramuros, Manila. In the center of Manila is the old walled neighborhood known as Intramuros. During the Spanish colonial era, it served as the hub of military, political, and ecclesiastical authority. The Latin term, intramuros, meaning within the walls, was created in or around 1571 by Miguel López de Legazpi, a Spanish conquistador. The 0.26 square mile region includes rebuilt or restored specimens of Spanish and Philippine architecture, horse-drawn carriages, and cobblestone lanes. After surviving several conflicts and natural calamities, Intramuros was named a National Historical Landmark in 1951. It was crucial in the Second World War and has been renovated to maintain its historical value. The Intramuros fortifications have been designated as National Cultural Treasures by the National Museum of the Philippines. Intramuros is a historical place with a lot of fascinating things to see. Among its principal attractions are San Agustin Church, the oldest stone church in the Philippines, and Fort Santiago, a fortification that functioned as a defense bastion. Tourists may explore museums, meander along cobblestone alleyways, and take in the blend of Filipino culture and Spanish colonial architecture. Manila, at Rizal Park. A historic urban park called Rizal Park, also called Luneta Park, is named for the national hero of the Philippines, Dr. Jose Rizal. The park was a key location for Philippine independence because it was the site of Dr. Jose Rizal's execution in 1896, which had a profound impact on the country's history. The park has now evolved into a space for introspection and patriotism. With a total area of 140 acres, it is one of the biggest urban parks in the Philippines. Adjacent to the historic walled city of Intramuros, the park is located on what was once known as Bagumbayan during the Spanish colonial era. You can work out, people watch, or learn about the Philippines in this large, safe space. The Gomburza Light and Sound Complex, the National Planetarium, the Luneta Seafarers Center, a library, the National Museum of Anthropology, and a number of tropical gardens and monuments are just a few of the park's many attractions. A lovely Japanese and Filipino-Chinese garden is another feature of the park that is ideal for a picnic or a leisurely stroll. Cavite's Corregidor Island. The rocky island of Corregidor Island is situated in the southwest of Luzon, Philippines, at the mouth of Manila Bay. In the 16th century, the Spanish dubbed it Island of the Corrector, and it has a total size of 5.49 square kilometers. Given that all ships entering Manila would pause there for inspection, they understood its strategic significance. It turned into a front line in the Second World War between American and Filipino soldiers and Japanese forces. The island now functions as a national shrine honoring the conflict fought there. Numerous attractions in Corregidor Island attract tourists from all around the world. The Malinta Tunnel, which served as a personnel bunker and bomb-proof storage, is one of the main attractions. The Pacific War Memorial Museum is another facility dedicated to honoring the American, Filipino, and Japanese soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the conflict. Popular sites include the mile-long barracks, the 10-foot Buddha Monument, the Japanese Garden of Peace, and the Filipino Heroes Memorial. The tadpole-shaped island's natural beauty, which includes undulating hills, white sand beaches, rocky cliffs, and a diverse marine life, is enhanced by these attractions. Vigan's Caye Crisologo. A quaint cobblestone lane that offers a fascinating look back in time is Calle Crisólogo. It has historical homes that have been meticulously maintained, horse-drawn carriages, and Spanish-Filipino architecture that has a nostalgic appeal. This ancient street is named for a well-known Ilocano politician and poet, and it has a rich history that dates back to the Spanish colonial era. Vigan's dedication to preserving its distinctive cultural legacy is demonstrated by its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Calle Crisólogo is now a living museum that allows guests to take in the opulence of colonial Vigan. A 500-meter stretch of Calle Crisólogo is lined with historical and cultural treasures. It is surrounded by old cobblestone, tungsten lights, and immaculate ancestral homes. These historical homes are open for exploration. Some have been turned into museums, such as the Syquia Mansion, which provides an insight into the life of the wealthy Filipinos during the Spanish era. In addition, the boulevard is lined with charming stores that sell regional specialties, antiques, and crafts. The Pagburnayan, Baluarte, Crisólogo Museum, and Bantay Bell Tower are a few more sites that guests can enjoy. The warm glow of vintage street lamps turns Calle Crisólogo into a stunning spectacle when the sun sets, fostering an enchanted ambiance for an evening promenade. The Ifugao Rice Terraces at Banawe. The Ifugao people's forefathers built the Banawe rice terraces more than 2,000 years ago. The eighth wonder of the world is the name given to these mountain terraces. They are a popular tourist site in the Philippines and an amazing system of irrigated rice terraces. There are more than 48 clusters of rice terraces spread out over 1,500 meters on the edge of the Cordillera Mountains. Only 5 of these clusters are designated as World Heritage Sites by UNESCO, though. The terraces provide amazing views of the beautiful scenery composed of tiers of fields. Trekking across the terraces allows visitors to meet the Ifugao people and learn about their customs surrounding farming. These terraces, which were constructed without the use of modern equipment, are evidence of the Ifugao people's skill in both engineering and agriculture. They are an example of generation-to-generation farming practices that are sustainable.